Hello viewers, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises in association with NSIC Venture Capital Fund Limited can organize Bizamp, that is Amplifying Business of Northeast Region through SRI Fund, empowering MSMEs of the 8 northeastern states of India for Atmanirbhar Bharat. Itu chundu 4th May de Agri Expo Hall Dimapur Nagaland ba lobo ase itu logo opor Saramati wa ekta press conference lo ase to ahibi itu logo opor de sai sabo.
So we have a fund, a venture capital fund called the NSIC Venture Capital Fund. That fund is called the SRI, Self-Reliant India Fund, and it's mainly to help the all India level, to help the MSME which needs a equity capital, as well as even the credit and debt capital also. See, if you look at the MSME sector, Ministry micro, small, medium enterprise sector, it caters next to agriculture in India. It is a main sector in which caters to the employment. It caters more than, if you look at the organized and unorganized sector MSME, it caters more than some 55-60% of India's labor requirement. It meets plus it caters to the very good percentage for the export market also. So where this MSME had a setback during the COVID time, then the government of India, under the Mr. Narendra Modi ji, Prime Minister, they want to help that MSME space for mainly through the Atmanirbhar project. So this particular scheme was announced by the government of India way back in 2020, late 2020, and then mainly to help the MSME space, which needs a capital, for the working capital requirement, or even for the running the business, and even for the continuing the business for next few years, they were needing a capital. So this fund was given. 10,000 crores fund is given by the government of India through the Ministry of MSME, and this fund mainly to help the the fund is called, as I told you, is SRI, Self-Reliant India Fund. So, but it is called mother fund. The fund cannot directly give the money to the MSME units, MSME entrepreneurs. So it can give money to the SEBI registered alternate investment fund all over India. So there are number of SEBI registered alternate investment funds are there in India, right? So we give the money to the fund, that is venture capital fund, could be SEBI AF1 registered or AF2 registered fund, and they in turn they give money to the MSME for the mainly for the growth phase of the MSME, which really need a capital, mainly for the equity, Then so the fund what we given money to the venture capital fund, it is called daughter funds. Our fund is called mother fund. So the daughter fund take 10 rupees from us, 40 rupees they take it from other investors. The other investors could be even the sovereign wealth fund of global institutions like your Temasek Holding or Ghazana, Abu Dhabi Development Investment Authority, or could be even the university fund. There are a lot of university funds, North America based university funds, or even the European based university funds. They also get the money. The remaining, I'm talking about, say, 10 rupees we are giving means 40 rupees they have to mobilize from other investors. Could be from the university fund, could be from the sovereign fund, could be from the ultra HNI. A lot of ultra HNIs are there in India today. Even the Infosys founder also has his own family fund that running into more than some 40,000 crores. Wipro chairman Asim Premji has a family office running into more than 1 lakh crores today. So they also invest in this venture capital fund, which is approved by the SEBI, Government of India regulator, and that money goes to the MSME, needy MSME units. So this fund was started almost 18 months back, 1.5 years back, till 31st March 2023. That means till 18 months of operation. We are funded we are given an approval for investment of around 5,120 crores out of this 10,000 crores. It was helping near about 315 MSME, and it was giving its job employment of around 45,000 employees, 45,000 people. Out of the 25% are females, and out of that 60 are women led, and it is operating in this whatever the money this SRI fund, Self-Reliant India Fund, is given. It has reached near about 22 states across India and near about some 4 union territory. And this is a small brief about the fund. If you look at the even main, the the global bigger players like Apple, even the Facebook, even all these companies are startup. It's grown by a startup companies only. Initially, it was a seed capital stage. Somebody was funding it. Then it was reaching the growth stage. Then it was later it will become a bigger company. Then they went for a listing with the NSE, BSE, or even New York Stock Exchange, or London Stock Exchange, like that. They were listing it. So normally we are helping the small units, and they will try mainly to give the capital to grow them bigger. So getting the equity capital is very difficult. So getting a debt from the banks, it's very easy. So whatever this money is reaching 50,000 crores, 10,000 seed capital coming from the SRI fund and 40,000 coming from other investors on the equity form. Then when you go to when you want to run the any corporate, normally the 3:1 is a debt and equity leverage. So 3 times they you'll get the loan from the banks. Could be form of short-term loan or long-term loan, or could be a non-convertible debenture, or could be bond, or could be even the preferential convertible debenture. Could be any form, right? So debt you can get 3 times. That means whatever we are giving 50,000 crores, again another 1.5 lakh crores the MSME entrepreneurs, MSME units they can borrow money from the banks and other development financial institutions. Like we are Northeast also. If you ask me, there is a Northeast Development Financial Institutions there. They also fund for a loan form. The SBI is funding for a MSME space. Then SIDBI is funding for the MSME space, Small Industries Development Financial Institutions. Then IDBI Bank, lot of PSU bank also funding it. Lot of private sector bank also funding it. So they can get 3 times money from the other development financial institutions or PSU banks or private sector commercial banks. They can borrow. So that means effectively, the MSME entrepreneurs across India, they'll be getting near about 2 lakh crores of fund in the form of debt and equity. So this is the main objective of the Self-Reliant India Fund. And this fund, again, I'm telling you, it is promoted by the MSME Ministry, Government of India, Delhi. And the MSME Ministry's head, the Secretary, Mr. B.B. Swine, he'll be coming for this event. We are mainly to reach the 8 northeastern states. We are conducting this Bizamp program on day after tomorrow at Agri Expo Hall, 4th Mile, Dimapur. And he'll be the chief guest for this event. Then Mercy Above, she's also from Dimapur, native of Dimapur, from Nagaland. Madam, she is a joint secretary at the MSME Ministry, Government of India. Plus, she has additional in charge of NSIC, National Small Industries Corporation, as well as she is a chairperson for the NSIC Venture Capital Fund. She'll also be giving a special note address to the participants, and that is on day after tomorrow, starting at 12 o'clock. Then the Northeast Council's, secretary, he's also will be coming for the, he'll be gracing the occasion. And then NEDFI, Northeast Development Financial Institution, it is mainly to catering to the economic needs and economic growth opportunity for the 8 northeastern state. That CMD, Mr. Murthy, also coming, and he'll be giving one of the main speech. And the State Bank of India's head, who's based in, who's heading the 8 northeastern state, he is also, will be delivering the lectures. And we have invited 8 northeastern states principal secretary for the industry and commerce, and even the industry commissioner for all the 8 northeastern states. So they are also be coming and gracing the occasion. So this event is mainly to help the MSME entrepreneurs who are based in 8 northeastern states. We are inviting more than 100 MSME entrepreneurs units across these 8 northeastern states. They confirmed to us they'll be attending the day after tomorrow's Bizamp program. And so these are the small brief about this program, what we plan to have. And if you ask me, even the small, you have seen that Zomato, or you would have seen that Paytm. This also was started as a small startup company by some MSME entrepreneur some years back. And the fund like SRI fund has funded to them also. They're grown bigger. So today, India has a number of startup companies. Near about 115 companies have reached the unicorn status. Unicorn means that enterprise value of the corporate, that startup company, if it is more than say around 8,300 crores, that is $1 billion, it is called unicorn. See, today India has more than 115 unicorns operating in various verticals. Could be education, like Byju's, then could be even for the e-commerce, like what you're saying, the Big Basket, or even the, Flipkart, like that. There are then that whatever the we are paying the money through the electronic route, Paytm, PhonePe, Bharat Pay, then Swiggy, that food delivery system, Swiggy and all, these are all started as a startup company. Initially, they were raising a seed capital, then they were raising a venture capital. So all these companies given lot of employment opportunity across, India, even all 8 northeastern states, eight northeastern states. So like what you are seeing, the Oyo, then your PhonePe, Zomato, Cred, Flipkart, Big Basket, Baiju, 1EMG, that e-pharmacy company, all are funded by this kind of a venture capital fund. So that's the reason Government of India want to kickstart this MSME space to help them mainly to give the job employment opportunity and to develop that particular region. Could be not only the developed region, even the developing region. See, 8 northeastern state also, it's a developing in India, developing phase of the India. So here also the fund is reaching. This SRI fund, Self-Reliant India fund is helping. We are also funded some of the MSME units here in the 8 northeastern state. So that is also creating a lot of job employment and others. So that's a small brief about this Self-Reliant India fund. Maybe I'll leave the floor to my colleague, Mr. Vijay Prakash, who is getting this 8 northeastern state. He'll brief you. Then after that, I'll take the question and answer session from you guys. Yeah, thank you.
Good evening. My name is Vijay Prakash. I am Zonal General Manager of National Small Industries Corporation, which is a part of Ministry of MSME, and sitting in Guwahati, catering all 8 states of Northeast. As sir explained about SRI fund, let's start that it's in a very simple language that SRI fund is a capital infusement to a company which is only holding themselves up because they are not having money and they want to grow big. So we are helping through these schemes. Whereas now we talk about what is, because NVCFL is having one part is called NSIC. NVCFL is a company of NSIC. NSIC itself is supporting micro, small and medium enterprises through various schemes. It starts from registration of the company. Then if you want to acquire some skills, we are providing the skills. Now we are providing skills in 5-6 sets in Guwahati free of cost to all the say interested people or students or maybe the person who wants to grow their company. Then we provide the finance, then we provide the raw material, then we provide the exhibition support. I am telling in short because this is event of Shri Fund, but I am taking this opportunity to tell you about these things. Exhibition, like you must be knowing, since we are in Nagaland, Hornbill Festival, last year we sponsored around 100 units, tribal and scheduled caste, free of cost from our side under our special scheme called SCST Hub. Previous year also we sponsored more than 70 units free of cost. And just yesterday, Honorable Prime Minister has praised our scheme SCST Hub because we have already supported more than 100,000, that is 1 lakh entrepreneurs across India. So these are few briefs. So we provide you the training, we provide you the finance, we can provide you the exhibition support, we call it marketing support, we can support you in the raw material. So all these things are part of NSIC, we can support. Whereas if a company is looking for capital infusement for big leap in their business journey, then Shri Fund is there to help you. We have already given more than 5,000 crore commitment across India, but Northeast is lagging behind. So we are here. So tomorrow, Honorable Secretary Sahab, Dr. B.B. Swan, he is coming day after tomorrow in participating of these. And few commerce and industry secretaries of like Manipur, like Meghalaya, like Arunachal, and of course Nagaland, they are coming. They will also grace the occasion and share their thoughts and support. And from your side, we request that please pass on this message to as many as people possible that there is a fund from the Government of India which can help them to grow their company big. Thank you.
Adding to what my colleague said, this fund, Self-Reliant India Fund, currently it is catering to mainly to the, Delhi region, Delhi UP, Haryana belt, or even the Maharashtra belt, Maharashtra, Gujarat, that Madhya Pradesh, and some extent Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra kind of a region. So these are the region only, mainly if you see that, the IIT, BTech graduates, or even the IIM graduate, they initially try to do the startup companies. So one of the main purpose which the government of India has given this fund is mainly to reach the economically backward and less industrially developed region, including Northeast region, even could be even the Chhattisgarh region or even other region where the industrially it is not well grown. So that's the main reason we are conducting this SRI fund awareness event, Bizamp at Dimapur and day after tomorrow. And if you see, even 8 northeastern state also has a very rich in some of the industry like honeybee, tourism, medicinal, spices, then handicrafts, textiles, then then your pickery, poultry, whatever, fishery, and so many other, tourism, what we covered. So these are the domains in which number of MSME entrepreneurs are operating in 8 northeastern state. So, but they were not aware about this particular fund, and even they were not aware about various other funding and financing aspect from some of the banks and others. So this we come to know through various channel partners. So that's the reason we thought let us conduct this event at Dimapur and reach out all the maximum entrepreneurs who were interested in getting this fund from the SRI and give the full details about them. And even we have empaneled near about 46 venture capital fund till date. We are inviting more than some 15-18 people, funds. Maybe they are based in all over India. They are also coming to Dimapur on day after tomorrow. They'll be presenting their case studies also. And we have invited some of the MSME company who got benefit out of this SRI fund and how they're grown up the business, how much, what kind of employment opportunity they're provided to the people, and how they're going to scale up the business. They'll be giving their first-hand experiences. They'll be sharing it with all the participants on day after tomorrow. And if you want to know more details about this SRI fund, you have a website called NVCFL. That is N stands for NSIC, NVCFL. That is N for North, V for Victory, C for Commerce, F for Finance.
It is already
NVCFL. Yeah, it is given here. Yeah, NVCFL. That website www.nvcfl.go.in. If you go to the website, you can get all the information about this particular fund, this venture capital fund called Self-Reliant India Fund. And even the entrepreneurs, the MSME units in 8 northeastern states, they want to assess this capital from the venture capital fund, venture capital SRI fund. They want to assess the capital, how to approach this fund, how all this information is given. Even the empaneled, I told you there are 46 venture capital fund is empanel. In our parlance called daughter funds. Their name is given there, and the contact person name also given there, and their contact number also given there. Even the MSME units based in 8 northeastern state, they want to avail the capital or want to avail any credit or equity, they can approach this fund also. It is given there, and you can approach us also. We are based in Delhi, and you can approach us, or you can approach Mr. Vijay Prakash, our zonal general manager, based in Guwahati, and his number also is given. So that way you can able to approach them also.
A registered means a registered company can only take benefit, right? Registered means if they have Udyam registration, which is free of cost, then also they are a registered company. But for to avail this kind of fund, we need to have certain track records. Na? If somebody is financing in your equity, then they need to see your track records. Otherwise, only the Udyam registration or the company registration is required. No special registration.
It is not a grant. It is basically kind of an assistant. It is a equity participation.
Yes.
So you see the venture capital fund, whichever is giving money, they will take some equity percentage of that MSME unit. See, I'll tell you the small example. You know the Flipkart, right? Flipkart is one of the e-commerce company, right? It is started by one Sachin Pansal and Binny Pansal way back in 2004-2005. So when they started, I will give you a live example because I worked with Mr. Sachin Pansal for a long time, so I know the full history. So when he started the Flipkart after graduating from IIT Delhi, 2004, when he started, he didn't have money. Both of them didn't have money. They're from the lower middle class family. So both of them had around 1 lakh rupees each, 2 lakh rupees. With the 2 lakh rupees, they started this Flipkart. And when they want to scale up the business, it's e-commerce. What they do, they sell the books, even the mobile phone, then even the clothing, whatever dresses, and they have today more than some 1,000 assortment, which they deliver to the home, right? It's an e-commerce, when you order through the mobile phone or maybe, then you're ordering it like Big Basket or whatever, Walmart or whatever, Amazon, whatever you're placing the order, the item is coming and delivering to your home, and you're making the payment through the whatever, through the electronic mode of payment. So when you want to scale up the business, he needs a capital, but he doesn't have a capital. So what he did, both of them, Binny Bansal and Sachin Bansal, they given initially some 2-3% stake. They're given to some of the seed capital fund. There is a seed capital fund called Axel India, Axel US based Axel partner. They've taken some 4% stake each, and they're given some around that time they're given near about some $100 million they're given. That means you can take it around more than 800 crores. So with that, they hired more delivery partners. Then for them vehicles, two-wheeler vehicles. Then they need to have warehousing. They need to have godown, stockist and everything. So when they want to scale up the business, initially they were doing it in Bangalore, mainly some part of the Bangalore, then entire urban Bangalore. Then they were covering southern part of Karnataka. Then they were covering Karnataka and Maharashtra, then Gujarat. Then they start covering entire India, including whatever 8 union territories and all the 30 states. So they were needing capital. So the capital they were getting from the venture capital fund. So what venture capital fund they do, they give money, then they take an equity stake. Like Axel Potter, they are taken some 3% stake. Then you are later, this Tiger Global came, that US based bigger fund. They take some stake, 4% stake, 5% stake. Then they were growing. So finally, Sachin Bansal and Binny Bansal, they left with only 8% stake each. So then they were may find very difficult to compete with the Walmart of America or even with the Mukesh Ambani of Jio Retail. So they want to divest. They divested in 2018 for 8% stake. They got some good money, around 7,000-8,000 crores each they got. Walmart, that time they valued the Flipkart near about worth of more than $10 billion. Understood? That means near about 84,000 crores. So the 84,000 crores of business enterprise was started with the 2 lakh rupees of initial capital way back in 2003 or 2004. So normally the venture capital partners, funds, or even the seed capital funds, they come and give the money initially and take an equity stake. It is not a grant, it is not a, it is taking equity part. See, what we look at when we give a money, when we are the mother fund, but we are giving money to the daughter funds. And daughter fund in turn, they give it to the MSME entrepreneurs. But what they look at the MSME entrepreneurs, how they're shortlisting, how they're filtering, answering to your question, they look at the business prospects and how the business is going to grow going forward. Number one. Number two, I told you the business scalability of the business. Number two. Number three, the promoters' credentials, their corporate governance, and their integrity. 3. Number 4, who other investors have invested in that particular MSME unit, MSME entrepreneur, the business, who are the other guys are invested. So for example, there are reputed institutions like SIB, that is Small Industries Development Bank of India, or even the IFCI venture, or IFCI, or SBI investing, it gives a lot of weightage, right? Even the lot of see, basically, when we see the business, we know what is the value of the business. So we arrive based on that, you can do a peer group comparison also. For example, when you want to invest in company like a Swiggy, or maybe when you want to invest in a money like, company like a Big Basket, that time you can compare with Jio Mart, you can compare with even Walmart, or you can compare with even the Flipkart, or you can compare with Mintra, other guys, so you can compare. Then based on that, also we give a valuation for that particular business. So there is a lot of valuation model is there in which we value the business. Based on that, they arrive, for a 10% stake, what kind of money we can be able to give. So again, we arrive the value based on a scientific method. Then finally the promoter has to agree for that. So promoter always asks for higher money. It's a turnaround time. Turnaround time normally our daughter funds takes normally anywhere between 3 months to possible 6 months time. They decide whether to invest money into that MSME unit or not.
So viewers, ito press conference pa amian janibole parise that Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises kan ba 8 Northeast states kan la ka entrepreneurs kan nimide ekta outreach program organize kurna loise through the SRI fund aro amian janibole parise that more than 100 MSME and entrepreneurs can be participate kuresa aro ami hala Nagaland Pradesh pa bi tan 40 entrepreneurs kan ito outreach program chuntu May 4 de lowole se agri expo ba tade hisa loise guna ami khan janulu parise idia karne mani for more news and updates keep watching Global Window moi se janbini mula video journalist se yang are reporting from Hotel Saramati Dimapur.